Recently, I've been working on my routine and I've been working on how I can optimize it and do everything in my power to be as productive as possible. And I just was thinking also back to when I was in high school, right? So this is where you guys are going to get tied in, right? High school, I was so unproductive. I literally did absolutely nothing with my routine. I would play video games, I would scroll on TikTok for hours, and then I would get a burst of motivation to do something maybe one day a week to try dropshipping in the real world or something, or look at a YouTube video on how to do affiliate marketing. I would do something along those lines, and I'm sure you guys are the same, or at least similar. Maybe you guys are probably better than me. I was pretty bad. I only get 30% in school, and my routine has changed a lot, a lot. It's been a 180 flip. I don't scroll anymore on TikTok, not at all. I have two phones and I only have TikTok installed on one of them because I just post and then shut the phone off and put it away because I don't even want that distraction near me. So I want to give you guys some tips on how I got to this mental state and how I'm so productive nowadays, or at least I'd call myself productive nowadays, and how I'm planning to work towards my future. So I want to give you guys tips first of all on how to actually get productive during school, because most of you guys, I assume you're in school, you're in uni, you have a job. Most of you guys are probably younger than me, because a lot of older people probably won't want to take advice from a 20-year-old. But I will explain this to you guys, is that when you're in school, a lot of people, a big problem I found that I had and a lot of other people have, is they need a sort of cue or a really strong motive to work. And to be honest with you, that holds so many people back. The cue is a lot of, you'll hear a lot of adults even say this, I can't function without my cup of coffee, or I can't do this until this happens. They need something to happen, the perfect scenario to be in place for them to work. And I think that's bullshit. So that leads me into my first tip. My first tip of this video is going to be waking up should be your cue. And I'll explain to you why this is. A lot of successful people, they don't waste time waiting for a cue. They wake up, and a lot of them, I hear this about a lot of people and a lot of the content that I have consumed previously in the last year, is that they wake up, they get on their laptop and work. They wake up, make their bed, and they're in their chair like I'm in right now, and they're working. They're facing the laptop and they're working, or they're scripting videos, or they're doing something. Now, I'll give you the tip because I actually made you guys a routine. So if you wait to the end of the video, I'll run down the routine with you guys and I'll do it for you guys. And if you guys actually want that routine, join my Skool community. Link is in the description. There'll be a post there or a link there or a course there with the routines that you guys can decipher. And yeah, we'll go over more of that later in the video. But let's continue with waking up should be your cue. You shouldn't be waiting for your cup of coffee or you eat breakfast or something to be in place after school. You've just wasted 80 or 60% of your day, and then you're gonna put your energy towards your personal development. No, in my opinion, you should come first over school. School should not take up your energy. So wake up, and the moment you wake up, you should be okay, I have a chance to improve myself. Wake up and just do this for a few weeks and it will get in the routine. You'll get used to it. Wake up, jump out of bed, no rolling around in bed. Set your phone, or your alarm, whatever your alarm is, away from your bed, so you actually have to get out of bed. Go sit on your table and journal. That's what your journal, as in plan your day, or just start, forget the journaling and just work. Do something along the lines where it's productive and you're either planning out your day on, okay, I'm going to do this. I've got these tasks to do. I need to finish these before I go to sleep. And, or just get straight into work. Maybe you planned them last night, the night before. And the reason I find this so productive is that there's no time to waste, and you're also training yourself to the thought pattern that nothing needs to be in place other than me being awake for me to actually be productive. You train it into yourself that I don't need a cup of coffee. I don't need I don't need to relax before I do anything. I've just slept, I've woken up, and it's time to work. My day revolves around working. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, like, subscribe, comment, and share this to a friend to help me grow my channel. Thank you. And then you get in the routine of that, you build the habit, and then, like I just said, that's it. You've built the routine, you've built the habit, you've built the mental frame and structure around work that you don't need anything. And it's just you being awake, bam, you're thinking and you're working, you're planning your day, your whole day's set, and you have set up your trajectory for a productive day. And then to go along with this tip, a lot of people wake up just before school or just before work. If you can cut that out and wake up a few hours before, and I'll get into if you can't wake up a few hours before, and I'll give you guys another tip that you guys can do, but realistically, everyone can wake up a few hours before school unless they have a training session or like a rugby session, soccer session, whatever your session is right before you sleep, and you like specifically have it at 7 p.m. and you can't sleep at 8 p.m. because you can't wake up at 4 p.m. on like 3 hours or 6 hours of sleep or whatever. You want 8 hours of sleep. Then it's fine. I'll give you guys something for that. But if you can wake up at 4 to 5 a.m., you guys will have a significant advantage, because before you go to school, before you waste all your energy, all your brain power focusing at school, you're going to get a few hours, literally, like let's say school starts at 8 a.m. If you wake up at 4, that's 3.5 hours, minus half an hour, maybe an hour to like travel, get ready, pack your bag, pack your lunch, make your meal prep or whatever, and go to school. You have 2.5 hours of productive work from the time you wake up, from the time that you start packing your bag. That's like the key aspect of productivity in school. You can literally finish half an assignment in 2.5 hours. You can do your week's worth of homework in 2.5 hours. You can literally run a business, send emails, do so much work. You can record like 7 videos in 2.5 hours. Whatever your goal is, whatever your business is, you can read like 30, 40, 50, maybe even 60 pages in 2.5 hours if your goal is to just read self-improvement books and actually apply them. So that's why I'm so big and strict on waking up, and that is the cue to work. You wake up and you start doing things straight away. You don't wait for something to like perfectly aligned for you to work. And now I'll give you a second thing is you guys should really be planning your day. Now I know I said wake up and plan it, but if you can't wake up, and if you don't, for some whatever reason, you have an excuse or you have a mental block where you feel like you can't structure your day, you can't wake up early, or you can't have 15 minutes in the morning to just write down 7 tasks, write down like I got to gym, I got to do cardio, I got to record this video. If you don't have the time to do that, you need to find a point in time to do that before you get home from school. So at least then you can get home from school, and essentially the same thing, like you're home from school, you don't need to have that afternoon snack. You don't need to do anything from the time for you walking in the door to going to your room. You don't need to scroll on your phone for a few hours. You don't need to you have the task list. Go and start that. And to tie this in with that step of, if you haven't done it before school, do it during school, so that when you come home from school, you have exactly what to do. Your mind is straight. To tie into that, if you guys are how do I explain this? If you guys are not strict with your tasks, if you guys aren't strict with your tasks, and you don't have that incentive to finish them all before you sleep, set that incentive, because I'm telling you, you will be a lot more selective of what you pick. Like, you won't just write down 20 tasks and do 5 of them or 3 of them. You will write down, okay, I know this one takes about an hour and a half, and I only have about 4 to 5 hours of productivity in the day. So I'm going to only pick maybe 6 tasks or 5 tasks or 4 tasks, or maybe even 1 task. Like, you have an assignment due the next day, you wake up and you do that for 2 hours in the morning and then 3 hours after school. That is you need to learn how long things take, and you need to learn how to really put it on the line. The reason you'll see what I mean by this when you look at the routine is that you have these tasks. If you are just going to schedule them and not complete them before the end of the day, you're going to enter the habit of just it's okay, I'll just do it, I'll push it back. You shouldn't get into that routine, and that's why I've implemented this thing into my routine of front loading. Everything I write down in my journal that I'm going to do, it's more like a task journal. I have to complete that before I go to sleep. So now, ever since I've implemented this rule, I front load the tasks that are really hard, like recording a video. Not hard, but it's lengthy. Planning a video, studying for at least an hour and a half every day on my personal training course. These things are front loaded because I know if I leave them to the last minute, I'm going to be up for at least 2 hours and I'm going to lose 2 hours of sleep. And I know for a fact I have to wake up at 4:30 a.m. every single day. So I'm going to lose sleep. Whereas if I front load them and I have one of the tasks is just like stretch for 10 minutes or something, I know that's fine. I can wind down and stretch for 10 minutes and I'll get it done. Like there's more like, and that's if I leave it for the last minute, which is pretty rare. So like my point is here, you want to front load your tasks and you want to make sure you only set enough for you to complete that day. And then if you complete it and you have a clean schedule for an hour, then you can add another task. But don't overdo it. Set what you are confident you can complete with a challenge. Like you need to actually challenge yourself to grow. You can't just, okay, I'll read for 10 minutes every day and I'll study for 5 minutes like, no, you need to challenge yourself. Do like, I gotta train, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do that. Okay, I actually need to like lock in to finish this every single day. That's how you improve. So now that you understand the concept of front loading your tasks so that you're doing the hard tasks earlier on in the day, so that the end of the day, it's sort of like winding down as you're using your energy and you don't have as much energy as you did when you woke up. Like your productivity level is probably 20% right before you go to sleep. So why would you want to do a hard, heavy hitting task just before you go to sleep? And finally, I just want to say about the routine is that you guys can structure your routine. Like when I show you guys this routine, you guys can structure the routine however you want, but I'll quickly go over it. I'll put it up on the screen right here and I'll just go over it quickly so you guys understand. But I want you guys to understand this first, is that adjust this to you. This is a rough routine. I can't make this routine for every single person that watches this video. I can only make this routine for the generalized population of what I believe people would be doing. And I believe a lot of you guys watching this video would be doing some sort of physical activity, training, whether it's in the gym or like going for a run or something. But I've allocated just under 2 hours to go to the gym or do a training session, but adjust it to you. If you have a rugby training session that lasts an hour or an hour and a half, or let's say you have to travel further to school and back, you adjust that. You are accountable. You can't rely on someone on the internet to give you every little minute thing, especially if it's for free, like a YouTube video. I will help you guys as much as I can, but like I can't help individually you unless you are in direct contact with me, because I don't know who you are. So if you guys want that extra help, join my community. And right now, because I don't have many people in my community, I can give you guys like a premium benefit anyways for free. So anyways, let's get into the routine. So as you guys see, I've allocated time at the start of the day to journal. So 15 minutes from the time you wake up to journaling. Your day should be planned. That's 15 minutes to plan. Maybe you might take 20 because some days it's like, I really have to get this done. And like you really like want to be delicate with what you're planning. And then after that, depending on which day it is, I gave 2 days for one, whether you want to train in the morning, and one, whether you want to train in the afternoon. So I'll just look at I'm pretty sure it's the one on the left. Then you go into a work block 1. The reason I've scheduled so much work in the morning is because you don't want to come home after school and have huge work blocks unless you think you work better that way. Like school has wound you up, you're more energetic, you feel good. Some people wind down at the end of the day. Some people feel fine throughout the whole day. Some people like amp it up at the end of the day. It's really up to you. Like it depends. It's probably people's eating habits. Like some people won't eat in the mornings. I don't eat in the mornings, but I still find that I'm more productive in the mornings. But some people don't eat in the mornings, they're low on energy, and then they have a big meal after school. So the reason I've done that is because you want to hit your high energy. You want to do things when your mental capacity, like you've just slept, your mental is at your highest right now. So you spend 15 minutes journaling, getting your brain working, thinking about what you're going to do. And then after that, it goes straight into working. The reason I did that is because you want to get a tick. You want to tick off tasks as fast as you can on this day. Because like I said, you are not sleeping until you finish your tasks. This is going to be the number one driving thing for you being more productive, because you want to sleep. No one wants to stay up all night finishing tasks. You want to sleep. So you are going to have a sense of urgency. That's the whole point of saying, I'm going to finish this, otherwise I won't sleep. It's because everyone wants to sleep. Everyone wants to be comfortable at the end of the day. And if you don't finish your tasks, you are sacrificing that. So you have a sense of urgency now to complete things. So there's your TikTok gone. You're not going to sleep if you spend an hour scrolling on TikTok, because that hour could have been allocated towards finishing your tasks. So after you get that done, you guys are obviously going to have to go to school. So you've just worked for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. You're going to have to go to school now. So I've allocated some time. There's a lot of wiggle room here. It's just a main, I couldn't, like I said, I don't know you guys individually, so I left a lot of wiggle room so you guys can implement other things if you live 5 minutes away from school, or if you live half an hour, 2 hours away from school. I don't know your situation. There you go. You travel to school, you get ready for school, you pack your bag, we all make sure you're groomed, remember, we're on self-improvement here. We're not like just trying to be geeks that study all the time, okay? You want to make sure you look good, you want to make sure you feel good before school. So make sure you wash your face, shave your face, do whatever you need to do, have a decent meal if you like eating breakfast. Or on the other alternative side, you are doing a quick work task and then you're going to the gym and then you're going from the gym to school. So it really depends how you want to run your day. But the reason I've done that is because obviously some people want to gym in the mornings and they find it better that they're more productive like mentally in the evening. So that's for you guys. You guys can try either routine. And then you come home from school, and here's the thing. The main points of this routine are focused on going straight into work. Like you wake up, you journal, and you're working within like 20 minutes, okay? You get home from school, there's no afternoon snack right after school. You are getting right into, even if it's a 30-minute session, which is what I wrote down, 30-minute session just to work. That's to set the trajectory for the day. You understand, okay, I really didn't feel like working after school, but I got 30 minutes done. You feel better about yourself, and then you can have your afternoon snack, your dinner, whatever you have to do. And then you do either go to the gym and then finish another little work block off before you go to sleep. And then you have 30 minutes where you're not using your devices. You're just, you're reading, you're stretching, you're meditating. You're not doing too much demanding tasks, or you're finishing your task that you didn't finish. And then you're sacrificing a bit of REM sleep and deep sleep, but it's fine. We all get those moments, and then you're sleeping. Or alternatively, you have heavy tasks because you trained in the morning. And this has its pros. It's not a con. You literally, think about it. You've just come home from school, and instead of having all these broken blocks, you have a good 4 to 5 hours to literally just focus as much as you can on getting work done, and then you have time to wind down. So some people prefer just using it as like a work shift. Like imagine you have a 5-hour work shift, you're not having like 10 breaks in between. So why would you do that for your own work, your own personal development? So use that time. Whatever routine you're in, try and block together like at least an hour or 2 hours together, because you want to make sure that you are like, there's no point doing this for 5 minutes and then going off and doing this for 5 minutes. That's why I was hesitant to do the 30 minutes to set your tone. But a lot of people, they really don't function without food. They don't function even though I think that's a pretty bitch mindset. Like I fast for a majority of the day and then I eat within 5 hours and then I'm fasted for the rest of the day. So if you think about that, I'm fasting for 19 to 18 hours every single day. And people worry so much about food or energy or how they're feeling. Fuck that shit, bro. You should just get to work. But once again, you guys could be at the age of 13 and I'm telling you to do this. So like, I'll give you guys that little leeway there. You're only 13, or maybe you're 16, maybe you're 17. You should be starting to implement more of your own things. But if you're taking my word, you guys are allowed to eat. You're allowed to have a break. And that's why I left a lot of wiggle room. So if you guys really want to succeed using this routine, and I do think it's honestly the most optimal routine you guys can have for a school or a student, and you can change it a little bit, but try and keep the core fundamentals there. It's like, after you've done a task, like after you've gone to the gym, you should really sit down and focus straight away, 5 minutes to twiddle your hands around and journal and write down what you need to do and think about your task. But then after that, because obviously after the gym you're a bit fatigued, you're lethargic. After the gym, you can't let that drag out. That lethargy is, I think that's how you say it, it's gonna drag out if you don't just get straight into it. That's why I said, I should have actually noted that down there, but you really shouldn't be letting that drag out. You should just be getting right into it. So this is my video for you guys on how to optimize your routine on self-improvement while you're in school. And if you guys enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, comment, share this to a friend. And if you're really interested in supporting me, join my community on Skool. I'm growing it. It probably has 0 people at the moment, but I will do my best to help you guys grow and develop personally, and I will help you guys. I'll do live calls if there's more than like 5 of you guys in there, because I probably won't be able to call you all personally all the time. So I'll start doing live calls once there's a few more people in there. But right, like I said, right now it's like it's scarce right now. Like no one's in it. I can give you guys the most value right now. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.